Alright, what's up YouTube? This is your boy Enrique, aka Biggie's Comics. And what I'm doing now is, you've probably seen the other video showing what books I'm actually getting ready for East Coast Comic Con that I'm gonna get signed and slabbed. But also what I wanted to do was, I want to show you these books that I'm cracking open now. I'm gonna show you the grade that they are now, but these books, again, they have not been pressed, and they were originally graded by PGX. So I'm tired of, I see a lot of people doing their end on PGX versus CBCS versus CGC. I've never done the actual project myself. Like I've never like cracked open one, sent it to another one, and seeing what grade it comes out. So I want to do the experiment for myself, because it helps you. It's good to watch people do this and you learn from their experience, but it's also good for you to experience it yourself too. That way you know what to expect. It's not just word of mouth. You experience this, so you'll know which company is best for you. So that's what I'm doing now. So I figured I record myself. I record cracking it open. In this video, you're gonna see them in the original slab, which is, this is on this 96 PGX. I'm getting this signed by George Perez. Hopefully, right on the shield. At East Coast Comic Con, later at the end of April. And then in this same video, you're going to see it already come back from CBCS graded already. And you're going to see what grade I get, after pressing and going, to a different grading company. So, it gives us a better idea how far off PGX is. And it takes a little patience doing this video, because obviously this portion is recorded months before you see the final product. And you're going to see the whole video all in one shot. This way, you get the beginning and the ending all in one. All right, so this is Avengers Justice League, done by George Perez. This is a 9.6 white pages. This is a PGX slab right here. It's fairly simple to crack open. They have these little points right here that they snap. They snap together. And you can do them without breaking them, because these cases are reusable. They're like the older CGC cases also. So usually you can get your hands like in them. Fairly simple. You always hear people say, "Oh, the PGX slab is real simple to open up." It's too simple for their choice. Not quoting anybody in particular, but that's what I hear. And it's like the CGC, the old one. You know how you can kind of get in it. You're gonna hear a crack, and that's why the term comes up, cracking it open. So I'm in. See, it's open, but it's just that top there. See, it's simple. That's it. And of course, PGX uses the inner well. Now these cases, if you ever crack them open, they have a market, a resale market. If you look on eBay, you can see that they sell for like $5 or $6 for for a opened up casing. So everything has a value, right? And I should be able to re-snap it closed back together. If I didn't break the corners right. There you go. See, it snaps back together. If you do it, as long as you don't break the corners, you should be able to snap it back together, and you have a reusable case. So you guys know the deal with this already. It comes in the sleeve. Usually I tend to cut where I have the most space at. In this case, on this book, I have the most space on the spine edge. So that's the side I'm gonna cut. Also, I'm left-handed, so it's easier for me to, it's easier for me to cut that way. I know you guys are nervous looking at this, but I've done this off camera several times, not a big deal. And then obviously up here where the label goes. Now again, you don't have to cut all the way through. You could just cut enough where you can slide the book out. Bam. You see? Simple as that. Simple as day. So we're going to look at the condition of this book. Let me just lower this down a little bit. So that was fairly quick. Alright. Book looks great. You know, to get a 9.6. The only reason I think this book got a 9.6 is because I read this series. And you know, when you read it, you get that right there. You get like not a creasing, but like a non-color breaking indent creasing there, because you know it's like a prestige format. You see how thick the book is, so you see how you get that wrinkle there. But I'm gonna get it pressed, and I'll see what that helps. And if it still comes back a 9.6, then I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal, you know. It's not a big deal. I would think I love this George Perez take on Superman, and the fact that it has Thor's hammer and Captain America's shield, and it would be so cool to have a Perez signature right there on the shield. I think it would look great. You know, it's a wraparound cover. See the two Earths right there. That's the 616 of Marvel and the regular Earth 1 from DC clashing together. So that's awesome. All right. So now we're gonna go into the next book. All right. So my next one is my Secret Wars number 8. This one, you guys already know, if y'all watch, you know, y'all been with me for a while. This was my first war book I bought back in the day, back in the 90s. And I've had it all this time. And when I first did my PGX submission, is one of the books I submitted. And I submitted it without cleaning, without a pressing. And I was happy with the grade because, you know, I've had this book since I was a teenager. I'm 37 years old now. So I have it over 20-something years. And for it to come back on 9.2 white pages, that's awesome. It's a newsstand version of it also. But I'm going to crack this one open again. And I'm going to I'm going to bring it with me to East Coast Comic Con. And I'm going to get my exec to sign it. But I'm going to get it pressed first. And then I'm going to regrade it through CBCS. So again, this one is a 9.2. That's a near mint minus, white pages. And let's see what it comes back at. Let's get with the cracking. So same thing as the other one. You just got to get your fingers in it. It's like a, you know, case. Oh, there you go. See? It's fairly simple. You know, PGX slabs are the same as the OTGC slabs. You just get your fingers through them. Boom. There you go. Simple as day. And again, it's in the inner well, nice and tight. And again, these, like I told you guys, you can reuse them for other projects. You can sell them, whatever you want with them. You can put other books in them. You can make some kind of wall mount, because they do snap back together and they seal. There you go. There you go. Snap back together, ready to go. And again, like, I like to cut the side that have the more room in, because sometimes, you know, these books are not centered properly. So again, this book, it has more room in on the spine side. So, you know, I know a lot of people won't do the spine side, but I've been doing this for a while, so it's not a big deal. And also, I hold the book lightly in my hand. I'm not squeezing down on it. Let me just angle my camera down a little bit lower. All right. So, like I said, we just cut right there. Try to have light hands. Again, and like I said, you don't have to cut all the way across with the book in it. You could just cut enough that you can open and slide the book. Then you could cut the label off, you know, without the book in there. So again, just enough to get the book out. Slide, boom, here we go. All right, so this is my Secret Wars number 8. And again, it's a beautiful looking book. To see why I got a 9.2, you know, it does have some few ticks there, but Nothing color breaking, so maybe with a pressing will hook this book up. Oh, there's one right there. See, that's like a color rub off right there. So that's probably, you know, one defect. You know, corners are sharp. Book looks good. See the back. Right there. Oh, that's color, but that's print error. I don't know if they took. Oh, you can see the dents more now here on this side. They're not showing too on the video, but I can see them. I think this book with a pressing, it'll come back a 9.6. Either case, it's great. It's okay. You know, I think my opinion is that PGX, my opinion so far is that they graded them fairly. So let's just see what it comes back. You know, it's gonna be great to see that. So now the last one. Is my Marvel feature, The Defenders #1, first appearance of. Oh, sorry guys. First appearance of The Defenders, and this is a CGC 9.4, and I want it recased. In the CBCS slab. The CBCS slab is much more clearer. The label looks loose in this one, and this is a thick casing. I don't really like it. Don't like it. It makes the book look dull, you know. And I rather have it in a CBCS case, nice and crystal clear. And you know, it's one of the books that I'm trying to, you know, whenever I get my man cave, it's gonna be one of my wall books, and I want it to present well. So I'm gonna crack this bitch open, and they're gonna get the test also. Let's see what it comes back as, you know. Let's see how accurate their grading is too, CGC. So let's go. Most people will be like, oh, 9.0 CGC, you cracking? What is you crazy? Me, I don't care. It's only money. Money comes, money goes. You know. I rather know. I rather have the experience of knowing. And again, just like I said, just like the PGX slabs is one. You know, you get your hands in them. This is the, you know, the older one. You get your hands in them. The only thing is that this one, I don't see the corners the same way as the PGX, so it might break where it's gonna be unusable again in the corner over here. But let's see. Yeah, it's breaking a little different, but it's all right. It's coming out easier. It's coming out just as simple as the you know, you guys are seeing it in the video here. Same way. Same thing as a PGX. Inner well. Book is in the inner well, same way. No difference at all. The case a little bit. This one cracked a little more. As you can see, that corner there didn't survive. Let's see if it closes back up. Oh yeah, this one didn't survive. So the PGX old case survived better than the CGC one. This one's cracked all over. You see right there. And I applied the same force as I did with the other ones, and this one took more of a beating. You know, it's all right, not a big deal. So, where are my scissors? Oh, here we go. All right, so Defenders, same way. And again, all these books seem to be. Oh, well, this one's a little bigger than the other ones, so it's closer to this. It's close on both ends of it, so maybe. Yeah, because this one has the holding right there, so just gotta be careful. We'll do this edge. But not a big deal. Alright. Same thing like I said. You just cut enough when you get to the top where you can open it up and take the book out. You don't have to go all the way across. There you go. Oh man, this book is beautiful. Awesome. But you know what? Another thing I wanted to do is, I already could tell, this book has microchamber paper in it. Hold on, I'm going to tilt that camera down a little bit. Yeah, so CGC used, before the new slab that everyone has, that they do now, they were putting microchamber paper and everything. And it's found out through research that microchamber paper needs to be changed out every, 7 years, I would say, 7 to 8 years at the most, because all paper, the ink bleeds out, and the microchaper paper catches it, which is good because it doesn't let it bleed onto the other pages. But what happens when that microchamber paper is filled up completely, where it can't hold any more of the ink? It's gonna bleed into the book, back into the book. So it needs to be removed and redone again every 7 to 8 years. So and that's through research. That if I find a link to that, I will post it. If not, then just do your research. I believe it. I think it's true. Especially being being in reprographics so many years, I know about that. About that type of bleeding that can happen. Amongst ink and on paper. So it makes sense to me, and so little by little, all the books that I have that have microchaper paper in them, I will be getting rid of them. So this one, see, it has microchamber paper in it. There's another one. That's it. So this is a 9.0 CGC. Let's see what it comes back as. All right, people. So finally, I got my books back from East Coast Comic Con. You guys just saw the 3 slabs that I cracked. One was a Secret Wars number 8, 9.2 PGX. The other one was a Marvel feature number 1, first appearance of the Defenders, 9.0 CGC, and the other one was another PGX book, 9.6 Avengers Justice League. The only one that you're not going to see is the Avengers Justice League book, because that one was for George Perez to sign, but unfortunately you guys know that he got sick this year, and he ended up canceling the show that he was supposed to be at, so that one I didn't get back, but I did get back the Secret Wars number 8, so let me just show you guys. Here you go. That's what PGX had it graded, 9.2, white pages, newsstand edition. So let's see what it came back. I know what it came back already, but you guys don't know. And to the most part, most people would say this about PGX, which is true. Their grading, it is a little different. It is undergraded. So I got it signed. I got this book pressed after the cracking of the video. After I cracked it, I got it pressed. Got it signed by John Beatty, Mike Zeck. This is my first wall book. You guys already know. So this is what it came back as. Oh, that's right, guys. You see it right there, right? 9.0. Am I upset about it a little bit? Yeah, it's kind of upsetting. You know what I mean? Especially because it was a 0.2, and I got it pressed. And this is a book that I bought off the wall back in the day when I was a teenager, and PGX graded it at 9.2. So I figured the worst that can happen was that it would come back on 9.2, but even with the pressing, it still didn't come back. It came back even lower on it. So what does that tell me about PGX? That they tend to undergrade their books. Are they wrong? I don't think they're wrong. Just grading is, like we always said, it's subjective, and doing this video is helping me learn the difference between all the companies and how they grade, so, but it's not just PGX. I did the CGC one also, so we're gonna see that one as well. So 9.2 came back a 9.0. At least it came back white pages, so the same thing as they said here. So all right, so that's that one. I'm okay with it. It's still in the 9s, so I'm okay. And this book, has been with me for, basically 20 years now. So I'm pretty happy with it. Still happy. Wish it would have came back at least a 9 too. So now, This one is disappointing also, but it just goes to show you, that many people wouldn't crack a CGC book and send it to CBCS. They would say, "Oh, that's the stupid move. That's the sure money for the other one." But to me, I really don't care, because these books that I'm showing you, I'm never gonna sell. These are for my personal collection, and basically I adore these books. So so I wanted to test it also, because PGX has a bad rep, with it, but it's the same thing with CGC. Just people just don't do it. CGC undergrades their books also, and this is clear proof of it. So remember, this is Marvel feature number 1, first appearance in Origin of the Defenders, 9.0. All white to white pages. So let's see what CBCS thought about this. And remember, I got this pressed also. So I cracked it from a CGC case, got it to my presser, Kenny, and then submitted it. And this one didn't get signed or anything. I didn't want any signatures on this book. I didn't want any chance for this book to get, in any error, especially because it's a square bound book. So look what it came back. Bam. 8.5. Again, a 0.5 grade, just like the PGX. A point, 0.5 lower. 8.5. That's a big, that right there, that kind of like my stomach turned when I saw that. I was like, oh, holy shit, 9.0 to 8.5. That's a significant difference, That's, to me, that's a significant difference. You change the whole number, from a 9 to 8, So now what does that tell us about grading? That grading is very subjective, and it doesn't matter what company you are. It just depends on who's grading your book and what they think the book is. So I can give it my what I think the book is. After I cracked it, I said to myself, it could be a 8.5 or 9.0, but I thought with a little pressing, because it did have some features on it that could have been pressed out. I thought it would have came back a 9.0 or a 9.2, but look, even I was wrong. 8.5. CGC 9.0 to 8.5. And I looked at, I compared it to my other 8.5s that I have, and it's about right. So who's wrong now? Now who's wrong? Now, is PGX wrong? Is CBCS wrong? Is CGC wrong? None of them are wrong. They're all subjective, so it doesn't matter. So the next time somebody tells you, oh, PGX don't know how to grade, or CBCS doesn't know how to grade, or CGC doesn't know how to grade, they're all the same. They all, to me, they're all the same. This is already, I've done this before without recording it or sharing it with you guys, but I wanted to share you guys this one so that so when I talk, when I say something on my show, anything like that, I'm backing myself with my own experiences besides everyone else's experience. All right, so now I'm only gonna show you 2 more books, and these 2 books, they had defects on them, but I really wanted signatures from Joe Gila. Joe Gila is about 93 years old right now, so he, not going to be with us much long. 93 years old is up there in age. I know it sounds horrible to say that, but one day one day to another, he can go. So there's he's an old school artist. He's done early Silver Age books. He's just been in the industry forever. He does Detective Comics, Flash, Superman's, World's Finest. You can find him in many titles. And I wanted to get his signature, but I wanted to get signatures on books that he actually worked on, not just put him on anything. But the problem with me is that the books that I had that he worked on, they had defects on them. Like one of them, the centerfold was detached a little bit, and I knew that, but it's okay because I just wanted the signature on there. So that's why when you read the label and you see the certain defects, I knew about them already, so it's okay. I just wanted his signature on something that he worked on. So that being said, let me show you this one right here. This is Detective Comics number 378, and Joe Gila did the interiors, and that's where he signed right there. So this book is from 1968, so even at a 5.0, you see right there how he signs. Look how nice that signature is right there. You clearly read his name. 1968, off white to white, centerfold detached, which is fine. The centerfold's in there, it's detached from it, but it's okay. I sent it anyway because the other, I had about I have a few books, and some of them I didn't like the cover to get them slabbed, on it. I just, impulse decision. I decided to do this one, but a 5.0, even with a center full detach, is still great. You know what I mean? I'm cool with it. At least you don't get the ugly green label on there saying qualified. They just they put it there, which is fine though. And then last but not least is this one here, is my Batman 171. Came back a 3.0. Very expected. I knew it was gonna be a low grade book. There was no hiding it. I knew there was a piece right there, a little chunk off. I know that there was tape behind there holding it together, which is fine. It's old school. It didn't matter to me. I knew that the condition was gonna be really bad in this book. I expected it probably to be even lower, maybe a 2.5, but again, they point out the defects. This one also, the the little tape, they make the note that it says reattached by a little small piece of tape, and then the centerfold is also detached. This one, the centerfold was detached on one on one staple, not both. So maybe during their hands or during packaging or whatever, the other staple got detached. The other part of the centerfold finally finished tearing, which is whatever. It doesn't matter. I knew it was that way. This book is from 1965, so it's pretty old. So this is the first Silver Age appearance and origin of the Riddler. Batman TV show pilot adapted from the story, so that's awesome. I didn't know that. I thought I didn't know that the pilot for the Batman 66 Batman show was adapted from this book right here. So that's pretty cool to have, and really happy with it. You can see Joe Gila, he signs his name so gracefully right there. So that's it, guys. I know this is a pretty long video. I'm glad you guys stuck with it. Tell me what you guys think. Give me your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Today's actually, I was hanging out with the NY Warriors today. I recorded a little footage. I got some books to show you from them. I may not be able to put that video out today. This one is definitely going to come first, because the other one I have to edit too much. I have to piece together too many videos. Because I recorded like a small vlog, us, chilling, not too long, but I'm piecing it together, so that I'll have that later this week. This video is definitely more important. I want to get this out there because I've had those other two videos just sitting in my server for a long time, and I wanted to make sure that everything goes together smoothly. So that's it, guys. Also remember, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, episode 29, chilling with the NY Warriors. Good show planned again. We're gonna do the raffle from NYC, and that's it, guys. Until next video, peace.